And how many of you have used GPT-4?
Not
Less a number of people, but yes, people are on the job. So, in today's world, when I talk about cyberspace, is there anyone in this auditorium who does not have a phone? Can somebody raise his hand? No hands. Everybody is on the electronic format. So in this ecosystem, clearly, cyberspace has begun to start being an integral part of our lives. But then, with the coming of ChatGPT, from 30th of November 2022, it's been a completely roller coaster ride. Why anything and everything that you want to do can be done by ChatGPT. But in case if you are going to blindly rely upon ChatGPT, then you are going to be in trouble. Why? Because GPT-4 is much more focused, but it's paid $20 a month. But then it's far more effective. But do you really want to spend $20 for just doing something where you can get for free? But the problem is, we as humans tend to get lax very quickly. Once we start relying upon something, we think that's the magic cure and we don't need to do anything. But the fact is that ChatGPT revolution is now making humans redundant. People have stopped applying their minds. Here I'll tell you a recent case that's happened in the US where two lawyers were supposed to file their written arguments in court in the US. They didn't have time. They went to ChatGPT, asked ChatGPT to prepare written arguments. Written arguments were prepared. The GPT gave them 4 or 5 different judgments. Lawyers asked them, hey guys, you're giving me quotations. Are they absolutely correct? ChatGPT said, absolutely correct. So without thinking, they went ahead and filed it in court. And then the court found that they were facing an unprecedented situation because all the judgments that were quoted were false, were fake, did not exist. So consequently, debarment proceedings actually went against them, and finally they were actually even given a kind of a fine of $5,000. But the fact is, apart from ChatGPT and generative AI, we are all surrounded by cybercrimes, and all kinds of cybercriminal activities are happening. Is there somebody in the auditorium who's lost some money online? Somebody? Oh, I see. But a couple of hands who've already lost money. So you're not alone. Here, in this case, these guys actually duped this Pune woman of 20.81 lakhs. And if you're not going to be careful, you're potentially going to be problematic. No wonder Palo Alto is telling us that India is becoming a target of increasing cybersecurity attacks as we go forward. In case if there's a data breach in your company or organization, this survey tells us it's going to cost you an average of about 17.9 crore rupees for you to come back to normalcy. I don't know how many companies would actually be having these kinds of turnovers. But the bottom line is, everybody around us, we are seeing cyber security breaches. They have been targeting all kinds of sectors, and no wonder the sectors are bleeding. Indian economy is bleeding. Last year, we lost more than $6 trillion to cybercrime. This year, we are expected to lose more than $8 trillion to cybercrime. And by 2025, we should be losing more than $10 trillion to cybercrime per se. No wonder with the coming of COVID-19, the golden age of cybercrime has already begun. And this golden age of cybercrime is going to be with us for the next many decades. So let's not be surprised the next time we become a victim of a cybercriminal activity. Because 3 most important cybercrimes today are phishing, identity theft, and online financial frauds. Cybercrime, we've been hearing for the last few decades, and we thought it's only crime on the internet. Sorry, it's now grown far beyond. It's now almost any criminal activity that's done not only on the internet, but also using the electronic format, using computers, and also the internet per se. Broadly speaking, some categories, you have cybercrimes against persons. When you target a particular person, then you have cybercrimes against property, When you target property like hacking, cracking, damage to computer source code, and then you have cyber crimes against nations, where you target a nation, whether it's cyber war, cyber terrorism, or stuff like that. And now social media crimes have become the new flavor of our times. Without us realizing, I don't know how many of you realize, but in India, there's a new revolution going. I call it the Great Indian Vomiting Revolution. Indians are vomiting data about their personal, professional, social lives on the internet without even thinking about the ramifications pertaining to the same. So you're bound to become a victim of cybercrime, but when I talk about cybercrime, there are a number of challenges. How do we actually pick up the cybercriminal? Today, cybercrime is far more advanced than the law enforcement agencies, uses the latest tech tools. Well, less than 90 kilometers from here, you have the NOO, which is the new kind of cybercrime capital that's coming after Jamtara. But the problem is that cyberbullying, cyber harassment, cyber nuisance are becoming silent killers in the Indian economy ecosystem. Anybody in this auditorium who's not on WhatsApp, please raise your hands. No hands. Everybody's on WhatsApp. Now, next question. How many of you have read the terms and conditions of WhatsApp? Just one. If you would read it, maybe you will never use it. Because हाथी के दांत दिखाने के और होते हैं, खाने के और होते हैं. So अगर आपको लग रहा है कि 100% end-to-end encrypted है, तो आप गलत सोच रहे हैं. जो टीवी की एडवर्टाइजमेंट है, उससे बहकिए मत. टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन जाके पढ़ तो लीजिए. खुद ब खुद